Hello and welcome again to the Mud Pie. And we continue today with our study in the book of Genesis. Genesis chapter 1 and verse 8. And God called the firmament heaven, and the evening and the morning were the second day. The expression, and God saw that it was good, is not found on this day of creation. The reason for the omission is apparent only if the student grasps the truth of Ephesians chapter 6, the verses 10 through 13, Isaiah 24:21, and Job 41, the verses 31 and 32. The second heaven, in which we find the solar systems, galaxies, nebula, star clusters, and constellations, also contain the demonic powers, fallen angels, and Satan himself. This is the domain of the monsters that the ancient scientists of Columbus days worried about, and obviously in our modern day on many television programs designed around so-called ancient aliens in order to cause people to worship demonic powers. This is that domain. Having proved that they did not inhabit the waters of the Pacific and the Atlantic, the idiots or eggheads eliminated them from reality altogether, entirely overlooking the fact that the sea of Job chapter 41, the verses 31 and 32, was not the Pacific nor the Atlantic. Man now goes confidently and blithely up into the wrong domain, Psalm 115, verse 16, to contact the God of this world. The sea monster of Job 41, Leviathan, identified in Isaiah 27 and Revelation 12, the verses 8 and 9, is in a body of water. Job 41, the verses 31 and 32, is plainly a reference to the deep of Genesis 1:2. This Leviathan cannot possibly be a whale or crocodile or elephant or a whirlpool or anything that the commentators label him in an effort to conceal him, for this Leviathan has more than one head. The obvious English sentence which unravels the whole mystery is Psalm 74 and verse 14. This is Leviathan, and is said to be a dragon and a serpent with 7 heads, and he has such wisdom that he can eliminate the first 5,000 Bible scholars which come his way before they have even read 6 verses of the Bible written in 8th grade English. Although everything was good in Genesis 1:31, the context of Genesis 1:31 is referring to the human and animal creation on earth. Now we come to Genesis 1, the verses 9 and 10. And God said, "Let the waters under the heaven be gathered together unto one place, and let the dry land appear." And it was so. And God called the dry land earth, and the gathering together of the waters called he seas, and God saw that it was good. The one place here is makuam. It means one bed, indicating that the scooped out ocean beds are all connected so that somewhere they join. Notice further that the writer has ceased to describe creative acts outside the solar system. The waters which now show up are not waters above and below the firmament of the starry heavens, see chapter 1, verses 6 through 8, but waters above and below a firmament in which birds fly, see chapter 1, the verses 20 through 23. The seas of Genesis 1, 9 through 10 are in no way similar to the sea of Genesis 1, 6 through 8, which was called the Great Deep in Genesis 1, verse 2. Notice how Psalm 148, the verses 3 through 8, preserves this order exactly, beginning with God Himself, and then working down through the third heaven to the second, and from the second heaven to the first, and then to the earth itself.